Hello and welcome to the Healthy Mindset Reset, which is a series that I have created for the Strong Body, Strong Mind podcast. This is a series for women who are building a strong body and a strong mind for the long haul, or are thinking about getting started building a strong body and a strong mind for that long haul. I am Heather Monthie. I created this series, this podcast, because I know what it's like to be in the messy middle, to be committed to a healthier lifestyle, but still wrestling with things like self doubt and slow progress. And those days where motivation just doesn't show up. So, if that's you today, you're in the right place. Each month in this series, I started this a couple of months ago, but I decided that what I wanted to do is to make this available to all of you through this podcast episode feed. So, this is the Strong Body, Strong Mind podcast. This is part of the Healthy Mindset Reset series that is part of the podcast. Okay. So, each month we're focusing on one powerful theme that supports your growth. All right. And that's not just your, strength and fitness and weight loss and fat loss and all that stuff. It's all of the things that go into being a well-rounded, healthy woman. And so we talk a lot about things like stress management and the things that you consume in both your body and your mind. So, what kinds of things are you reading? What kinds of things are you consuming on the internet? Things like that. And so, we're going to talk a lot about different aspects of what it's like to really be a woman who is focused on living a healthy lifestyle, being a good role model for your friends, for your family, and for those around you. So each month, what we're doing here is we're focusing on one powerful theme that supports your growth. Again, all different aspects of your growth. And in this month, we're focused really on trusting the process. So these are released in a way that, it's March 2025 right now. The theme for March 2025 is trusting the process. You can listen to this anytime, though. These are episodes that you can listen to. I don't care if it's 3 years from now in November. You can listen to these at any time. So each month we're focusing on a powerful theme, supports your growth, and we're focusing this month on trusting the process, learning to stay grounded, consistent, and confident, even when those results feel slow or invisible. So the topic for today is stronger every day, overcoming doubt, and embracing progressive strength. So, this episode is your healthy mindset reset. It's a mindset shift for when you're feeling stuck or like your efforts aren't enough. So, today we're talking about what it means to be stronger every day and how to let go of the belief that progress only counts if it's dramatic. And I want to share that I have been going through my own personal transformation in specifically in my body, but it all started with my mind. And I'm really, really, really fully understanding what it's like to try to make a body and mindset shift at 47, almost 48 years old, and how it can be extremely frustrating when progress isn't happening as fast as I want it to happen. And you might be feeling the same way, that you might not feel like progress is happening as quickly as you want to, or you don't see that progress happening, even though it is. It might be some invisible progress that's you just don't see it yet, but it's there. I promise it's happening. And this is something that I've really had to grapple with over the last couple of months as I am embarking on my own physical transformation that really started with my mindset changing and my mindset shift. And I will do a full episode on that, but that's not for today. So let's talk about what strength really means. What is the definition of strength? We've been taught to believe that strength looks like lifting really heavy weights. We see so much on the internet right now about how women should be lifting heavy weights, and it's good. It's certainly good for you. I'm not disputing that, but we see that like being strong looks like lifting heavy weights or crushing intense workouts or having visible muscle, looking toned, having this really super fit physique. And that's great if that's part of your journey. It's certainly part of mine. I like feeling and looking a certain way. Of course, I like having my muscles popping, who doesn't, right? So it's great if it's part of your journey, but understand that real strength is so much more than that. Okay. And this is the one of the realizations I've had since I've turned, 35, 40 years old, that strength isn't always just being able to pick up heavy shit. Okay. That's not what it is. So strength is the mom who shows up to her yoga mat when she's tired, but she knows she'll feel better after moving. Or it's the woman who's navigating a career, aging parents, hormonal changes, and still chooses to take care of herself, even in small ways. It's the person who decides to try again after a setback, not because it's easy, but because her future self is worth it. Okay. So strength is consistency. I talk a lot about consistency. We're not looking for perfection here. We're looking for consistency over time. Strength is integrity. Strength is being willing to show up even when it's not perfect. It rarely is perfect. And that version of strength, it's sustainable. It's lifelong. It's what carries you through not just workouts, but relationships and careers and every curveball that life throws your way. It's consistency, it's integrity, and being willing to show up even when it's not perfect. So if you feel like you've not been doing enough, if you're waiting for some huge dramatic transformation to validate your effort, just pause right there. You're building strength in every single moment you choose yourself, even when the results aren't visible yet. So let's talk a little bit about doubt. Doubt is super sneaky. Sometimes it creeps in quietly and we don't even know it. I know for sure I've experienced this. It creeps in quietly, whispering things like, you should be further along by now, or you're not strong enough to do this, or other people are doing it better than you, or this person is getting results faster than you. And I think that scrolling social media really amplifies that doubt and that comparison. So let me ask you something. What does that voice of doubt actually produce in your life? Does it move you forward? Does it fuel your energy? Does it make you feel proud of yourself? Of course not. That voice of doubt, it's not truth. It's fear dressed up as reason. And most of the time, it shows up when you're right on that edge of growth, and it can set you back if you let it take over. So it shows up sometimes right when something is working, even if it's working slowly. Think about how many of you are, maybe you're a little bit like me in the sense that you weigh yourself, you want to know where you're at, and you know, certain times of the month or after certain meals, the scale goes up 3 or 4 pounds, and you're like, what the heck is this? Right? You're still on that path of growth. You're still on that journey of your body transformation, your mindset transformation, but you're letting this one little thing put doubt in your head that you're not making progress or that you're not trusting that process. Okay. The theme for this month is trusting the process. So you don't have to eliminate doubt. It's always going to be there, but you can stop giving it the microphone. If you could see me right now, I have a microphone literally pointed right at my mouth. Instead, give your energy to the voice that says, I don't have to be perfect to make progress. Again, we're not shooting for perfection here. We're shooting for consistency. Okay. I don't have to be perfect to make progress. I'm allowed to take up space even when I'm learning. So if you don't know what you're doing just yet, newsflash, most of us don't. I can do hard things, especially when I go at my own pace. Because progress doesn't always happen in leaps, doesn't only happen in leaps. Sometimes it does happen in steady, quiet inches or even centimeters or millimeters. Okay. So progress happens in very steady, quiet, small chunks of progress. Let's talk about this idea of progressive strength. It's a concept that I personally live by, and it's one that I teach in all of my fitness and mindset programs that I create. Progressive strength means you don't have to be where you want to be, you just have to be moving forward. So, there's no sort of like end stop point. When you're doing some other areas of your life that you might have goals, I want to save up $1,000. You have a certain end point, right? And I think with when we think about living a healthy lifestyle, this is a lifelong journey. There's really no end point except for, in death. And maybe even beyond that, because what we want to be doing is setting a good example for the people that come behind us and leave that as part of our legacy. So you just need to be moving forward. We're not always finding this sort of like end point. Okay. You might set short incremental goals in between there to make sure that you're moving forward. I talk a lot about that with healthy habits and goal setting and making sure that you're doing things to move things forward. But just understand this is a lifelong journey. This is not something where you say, I'm going to lose 30 pounds and then I'm done. Okay. So it means that you're not trying to become someone else. You're just trying to become more of yourself with more intention, more power, more clarity. You're trying to really just be you. All right. The you that you know that is in there, it's in there. But just life and responsibilities and jobs and careers and families and bills and grocery store and all that stuff is just kind of taken over. But know that you are still in there. So here's what that might look like. Let's talk about what it might look like. So, progressive strength. Again, you don't have to be where you want to be. You just have to be moving forward. So, you might say to yourself, this week I'm going to add 5 pounds to my squat. Or maybe I'm going to hold this yoga balance pose 10 seconds longer. Or one day you realize that you paused before reacting to a stressful moment and you breathed instead. You took a deep breath and you're like, I just did that. Okay. That's growth. That's progressive strength. Another day, you might choose a nourishing meal instead of that emotional eating. Not because you should, but because you know that you're going to feel better afterwards by eating that nourishing meal instead of giving in to that emotional eating. Those are all wins. That is strength. And here's the thing, progressive strength never stops paying off. Like I said, this is a lifelong journey. You carry it into your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, your 90s, and beyond. It's what helps you hike. It's what helps you dance and lift your grandkids or move through the world with energy and confidence for life. It's not about looking a certain way. It's so hard to get rid of that thought of like you want to look a certain way. But when we shift our mindset, and this has been huge for me, shift your mindset about feeling strong, capable, free in both your body and in your mind. And I think once I personally made that mindset shift of I wanna be strong, I wanna be capable, I wanna be free, I wanna be able to do these things that I enjoy doing. I have hobbies that I enjoy doing, I wanna make them easier to do. So here's your healthy mindset reset for today. You are stronger than you think. You are getting stronger every day, even when it doesn't feel like it. Today, I want you to celebrate one thing, just one, that shows your progress. Maybe it's a workout you didn't skip. Maybe it's a boundary you held. Maybe it's the way you spoke to yourself this morning with kindness instead of criticism. Whatever it is, name it. Write it down, speak it out loud, anchor yourself in it. Then set one intention for tomorrow. Something simple, something small. One step forward, one moment of strength. Strength isn't a finish line. We are never done with this. Okay. This is not, like I said, this is not, I'm going to lose 30 pounds. This is not, I'm going to squat 100 pounds and we're done. And we're just going to, go back to our old selves. That's not what this is. It's a path. And every step you take is building a version of you that is stronger, steadier, and more fully alive. So, thank you for joining me today for this healthy mindset reset. If this episode lifted you up today, I would love it if you would share it with a friend or take 10 seconds to leave a review on your podcast app. It helps more women find this message and build their strength for life. So, until next time, keep showing up. You're already strong and you're getting stronger every day.